Okay, here we are from the second row with only one of us. As I sit here all alone, I'm sitting here on the throne. Brenda will return on Wednesday when she will be a rude awakening. She gets off the plane, she will be shaken because it's going to be cold. But, okay. Let's get right into the city council agenda. I got a lot of other goodies for you too. Let's see, they're going to approve the regular meetings of December 3rd and December 17th and the special meetings of October 16th and October 21st of last year, the minutes for council approval. Then there will be the normal public participation. We have a public hearing, removal of a handicap parking space on 80 Trenton Street. That's rather interesting because, quite frankly, people don't like giving up handicap parking spaces, whether they deserve them or not. There are some issues here pending public hearings. A request to change an ordinance, program coordinator for economic development, whatever that means. And this was from probably March or April of 2022. One from 2021, 4 stop signs, East Haverhill and Berkeley Street. Probably a wise idea. They want 15-minute parking at 83 Warwick Street. And again, this is from the spring of 2022. And from the late summer of 2022, they wanted stop signs on Salem Street, east and westbound at Foster Street. Yeah, that's not a nice area to drive through. People just don't care. Now we got no communications from the mayor, city officials, or city attorney. That's good. Some of them were out of town, long holiday weekends, and others were smart enough to keep their mouths shut. Can't get into trouble. There were no budget and finance, housing, ordinance, personnel, or public safety committee meeting reports. The committee of the whole, that was on page 2. No report. Let's see, we got old business. Appropriation transfer, $36,000 from stabilization reserve for litigation to the judgment account. That's from Attorney Hooton. Authority to expend $500,000 PARC grant from, as I said last time, Old McDonald, EOEEA, is awarded to the Community Development Department for renovations to, of all places, Campion Common. That was put on by Sue Fink, Manager of Financial and Administrative Services. This one is something that's long overdue. Appointment of Dan McCarthy as Planning Director. I don't know of anybody that has more experience in the city with and knowledgeable of what has to be done, how it has to be done, and when it should be done. And then they had they renewed the contract of the first assistant city attorney, Kevin Foley. We got a bunch of tabled matters that we've discussed those in the past. A couple of them, the very last one, this is from the summer of the 2024. A home rule petition, something the city's famous for. Establishing credible service for police and fire. What's the definition of credible service? You wear the uniform, the service is credible. Now we come to new business. A proposed ordinance, 2.04.160, probationary period. I always thought that there was some sort of a probationary period for all, police and fire, yes, but I always thought there was something in there that they could get rid of you if you failed to perform properly. But This is the second agenda item of the year, a rule allowing proclamations and citations to be heard when introduced. That means if I were a city councilor and I wanted to give a proclamation to Davy Crockett, we would decide it right then and there, that night. It wouldn't be sent forward to the ordinance, this and that. I think that's a very good idea. We have a series of handicap parking requests. 17 Butler Street, 111A Chester Street, 248 Salem Street, 30 Wells Street, 143 Parker Street. We have a request, no parking anytime on Brookfield Street between Kenneth and Lennox Street, both sides, and that came from the Council Vice President Stephanie Infante, Jorge Jaime, the DPW Director, and Theo Rosario, the City Engineer. I think that there should be the phrase acting in front of City Engineer. He does not have the qualifications as required. They want to amend Merrimack Street resident parking near Riverwalk, and that was put on by Councilor LaPlante. This one could be interesting. People start doing this, then we're going to have resident parking all over the city. Utah Street, resident parking by Victor Hernandez and 24 other Utah Street residents. Quite frankly, I think they ought to go with some of the laws that are on the books. Isn't there something that says 1.5 cars per apartment or something like that may be in there? Maybe that's new construction, I'm not sure. Campana Evangelistica, June 13th, July 12th, August 9th, September 12th of this year. Can't be uncommon, Connell Park. By Jose Salinas, Ministerio El Mato de Jesus. Hey, I'm not too bad with Spanish. And then the last item on the agenda for new business, installation of 2 JO poles on Lowell Street near Amesbury Street from Dave Johnson, National Grid. JO, as we found out a couple months ago, stand for jointly owned. That means there's more than one utility company working the poles. Could be National Grid, could be Verizon, it could be Comcast or Xfinity, whatever they are. That takes care of the agenda. I have a lot of other goodies here. The legal notice from the Lawrence Board of Health, newly amended regulations governing the sale of tobacco and vaping products. The Lawrence Board of Health held a public hearing on December 10th of last year and decided to amend the regulations of Lawrence Board of Health restricting the sale of tobacco products. The newly amended regulations, which will go into effect as of January 1st of this year, did among other things, bring the fines, permit suspensions, and tolling periods. I have no idea what tolling periods are, in line with the state regulations, 105 CMR 655. It updated the definition of a characterizing flavor, strengthened the state law defining a tobacco product flavor enhancer, clarify that cigar pricing established in regulation is before taxes, and make explicit that all tobacco-related communications will be conducted primarily with a local store manager, require retailers to have their tobacco products manufacturers' letters organized, and make the mere presence of packs of cigars containing fewer than 4 cigars a violation, and revise non-criminal disposition sections. For copies of the newly amended regulations, contact the Lawrence Tobacco Control Program at 978-674-1073. the way I see it, the biggest thing here is they're going to make it tougher. You're going to have those that partake in the use of the blunts. They buy them one at a time at about $2.50 or $3 a piece. Now they'll be limited to selling them at a minimum of 4. Several meetings ago, the city council sent a letter to the Salem, New Hampshire authorities requesting they think twice about allowing a casino to go in up there at wherever it is up there they're putting it. Only because it would be taking people from Lawrence that really don't have a lot of money. They would be going up there to gamble it. Now, making people have to purchase small packages of cigars and packages of 4, isn't that going to be taking money out of people's pocket? I mean, they're going to be doing it anyways, but I mean, to me, it is what it is. But again, I have never been a friend of, as I call him, he's a nice guy. I call him the tobacco czar. He did a lot of things with not allowing smoking on construction sites. I don't think they really have the right. If I can smoke a cigarette in my house, I should be able to smoke a cigarette on a construction project which is privately owned. Contractors may put stipulations in. I've worked construction sites where contractors have said, you cannot smoke on the site. We have an area set aside for it. I got no problem with that, but to issue a blanket statement, blanket ban on it kind of is for the birds. Okay. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, I have a bunch of information about police calls. You can get all this information, City of Lawrence Police Department, go into their logs, and the logs go back as far as 2018, even though they show going back to 2015. There's nothing there for 15, 16, or 17. Now, 2018, the police had 67,983 calls. 2019, they had 68,050, an increase of 67. 2020, they had 65,778 calls, a decrease of 2,272 calls, or a drop of 3.34% from the previous year. 2021, they had 67,588. Another decrease. No, that was an increase, I'm sorry. An increase of 1,810, a 2.75% increase. In 2022, they had 63,380 calls, a decrease of 4,208, a decrease of 6.23%. 2023, 61,472, a decrease of 1,908, another decrease of 3.01% from the previous year. And 2024, they had 55,630, a decrease of 5,842, or a decrease of 9.5%. So from 2018 to 2024, we have had an overall decrease in the number of police calls by 18.17%. But I question as to whether some of these, they changed the reporting status or recording status of some calls, whether everything that was reported in 18 is being reported in 2024. But again, we also have to take into account that our police force has diminished in size noticeably. We're, 15 or 20 patrolmen down, which kind of makes it hard to respond to stuff. How much stuff gets blown off the boards? How many noise complaints get responded to? I'll get to that later, but that's another issue. And while I must admit that it is extremely extremely dangerous putting me in front of a computer. Me and a computer is trouble. I came across an individual's resume that I think would make an interesting police chief. He was educated at the FBI Academy at Quantico, Virginia, and he was number 254. I don't know if that was certificate number or what. Then he's participated in the Police Executive Research Forum and the Senior Management Institute for Policing, which was a 3-week senior management course put on by the Police Executive Research Forum and taught by the professors of Harvard University. He also got a certificate of leadership from the FBI Academy, the Law Enforcement Educational Development Series. That was certificate number 79. And also attended the FBI Command College with a certificate number 21, and he got another one, same place, FBI Command College, certificate number 22. Certificate of Criminal Justice / Law Enforcement Administration. He also attended another FBI LEEDA Supervisory Leadership. He also attended FBI LEEDA Command Leadership. He also attended the FBI LEEDA Executive Leadership. He obtained a Criminal Justice Certificate from the University of Virginia. The individual has a Master's of Arts in Criminal Justice from Anna Maria College. He has a Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice from Springfield. And he, I guess, was on something on Harvard University, the Kennedy School of Government, Executive Education, Leadership in Homeland Security program. And he has a certificate from Harvard Kennedy School of Executive Education, Leadership in Homeland Security program. The only thing missing from this is that resume was the fact a certificate from the Lawrence government to toe the line. Oh, that resume belonged to a former police chief, Roy Vask. Great loss to the community. But we know how politics works around here. Okay. Whoa, this could be interesting. This week, okay, we have tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, we have the city council meeting at the city council chambers at 7 o'clock. On Wednesday, January 8th at 5:30. And this meeting will be held, room 105 of 200 Common Street. I think that's the council chamber. There will be a Lawrence Licensing Board meeting. They will be discussing new business. STEM Spot is applying for a common victular license at 354 Merrimack Street. New business, Z. Fahey, Inc., Enterprises, Inc. Doing business as Burlington Motors is applying to increase the number of cars in his lot, and it says actual 36. I don't know if that's what he wants to go to or that's what he has. New business, Auto Plaza Corp. wants to claim his license back. It says, please see attached letter. Well, there's no attached letter, so I can't see it. New business. Attica Nightclub and Restaurant was returned with no action by the state ABCC, and it needs to be approved by the licensing board in order to process the new application submitted to change the managers and the officers. And then, well, that's the next licensing board meeting will be Wednesday, January 22nd at 5:30 p.m. Okay. Also on Wednesday, January 8th at 6 p.m. at 255 Essex Street, at a building that has a plaque on the front door, beside the front door, that says something to the effect, City Hall Annex. This will be at 6 p.m. This is the Lawrence Planning Board public meeting / hearing. And let's see, what do we got here? Oh, notice is hereby given the Lawrence Planning Board will hold a hearing January 8th at 6 p.m. The Municipal Conference Room, 255 Essex Street, first floor, Lawrence, Mass. The purpose of the said hearing is to gather testimony, information, public input concerning a proposed petition to discontinue or abandon a portion of a public roadway known as Bay State Road, presently owned by the City of Lawrence, subject to this petition described as land in Lawrence, Essex County, Mass., as Lot 1 on a plan entitled Street Line Plan Bay State Road, prepared for the city, dated April 4th by 2024 by Frank S. Giles. The second, it's got two capitalized, so I assume he's the second. Land Consulting, filed with the Office of the City Clerk, and then they go into a basic meets and bounds description of the deed. Said parcel contain 12,841 square feet, more or less, according to the reference plan. Copy may be obtained and all this good stuff at the Office of Community Development. Second floor, 360 Merrimack Street, Lawrence. On any business day between 8:30 and 4:30. Now, I don't know if they close at noontime or 1:30 on Fridays. And let's see, we don't have any holidays between right now and Wednesday, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, that was the Lawrence Planning Board. Okay, next one. This is on Thursday, January 9th. Oh, just as a useless piece of information, January 8th was Elvis Presley's birthday. January 9th, public hearing, the Zoning Board of Appeals. This will be at 6 p.m., the School Department Conference Room, the previously mentioned location on Essex Street. And they have a bunch of continued items, 262, 278 Lowell Street, 640 Essex Street, 194, 196 Lawrence Street, 348 Jackson Street, 180 Jackson Street, 151, 155 South Union Street, 6 Meadow Street, 19C Doyle Street, 10 Grafton Street, 197 to 201 Merrimack Street. Now that one's got an interesting name. That's got Sal Lepoli's name on it. So we don't know what Sal is up to, but what he's done in the past, we can't argue with it. It's all have been good for the city. Now the new cases, this is stuff that's just coming before them. Petition of Maria Cabral, doing business as Rincondel Entro Restaurant at 38 Kendall Street, number 1, requesting a dimensional variance under a variety of sections and a special permit under 2 other sections of the revised zoning ordinances for liquor use within 1,000 feet of another such use. The property known as 276 to 280 Essex Street is located in a B3 business district. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that there's supposed to be 1,000-foot spacing between new purveyors of alcohol, be it a bar, a restaurant, A church falls into that category. That's an ordinance, but again, it can be waived. Okay, a petition of Orlando Camilio, 40 Thornton Street, Lawrence, Mass., for a variance of a section to subdivide a lot and construct a single-family home. The property known as 40 Thornton Street is located in a R1 residential zoning district. I wonder how big the lot is and whatever. Petition of Chloe, LLC, of 236 Pleasant Street, second floor, Methuen, seeks a special permit under another bunch of sections of the revised zoning ordinances for an amendment to a non-conforming use to have residential units above commercial garages. This property is known as 31 to 33 Garfield Street and is located in an R2 residential district. And let's see, lastly, petition of Lazarus House of 410 Hampshire Street, Lawrence, seeks a modification of a previous decision under section of the revised zoning ordinance to add 5 residential units to an existing 20-unit building. The property is known as 30 Myrtle Court, and it's located in an I-2 industrial zone district. I don't know. Residential and an industrial, that's usually a no-no. Okay. Let's see, what do we got here? I have 2 job postings. Now, I used to get everything when I was a city councilor. I haven't removed my name from this list. I find it interesting in various aspects. This one is for the purchasing agent. Assist the city and the school departments in procurement of goods and services in conformance with city, state, and local laws, rules, and regulations. Okay, this is the qualifications. Equivalent to a completion of 4 years of college with courses emphasizing in accounting, finance, or a related field. 5 years supervisory and professional purchasing experience in a municipal or state government. Become a member of the Mass Association of Public Purchasing Officials, MAPPO, M-A-P-P-O, Massachusetts Association of School Business Officials, MASBO, M-A-S-B-O, or similar professional organizations. Special requirements. Massachusetts Certified Public Purchasing Official, MCPPO, is required within 1 year. Establish short and long-term range plans and objectives within the scope of municipal-wide policies. Purchase through cooperative buying or directly all supplies for the city. Major purchases and bids involving contracts are evaluated and approved by the mayor. Now, I'm looking to see, this one doesn't have equivalent qualifications. As long as your job experience are equivalent to the 4 years of college and then the 5 years of supervisory with the various things, you're good to go. I'm wondering if they have sent their applications to the city or to the Friends and Neighbors Employment Agency. Okay, this one's for the Personnel Director. This one is under the direction of the Chief Administrative and Finance Officer, who, unfortunately for us, will be leaving I think at the end of the month. He's put in his time and hell. He's due for some leisure time. He's been here since I'm going to say 2012. So he's been here a good 11 or 12 years. He was brought here by the first fiscal overseer, Bob Nunes. Mr. Iannello came from Springfield, and he's been a very pleasant individual to work with, very cooperative, understanding. So he's the one that's going to be directing the personnel director. But I don't see this individual that they're seeking on this job posting as working under Mr. Iannello, because I don't think he'll be here. I don't think this person will be hired before he's gone. That means we're going to be having another acting official, acting chief administrative and finance officer. That, whatever. Okay, the personnel director will oversee all labor relations and human resource issues involving city employees. Responsibilities include administration of the city's personnel policies and procedures, including but not limited to recruiting, hiring and termination processes, benefits administration, workers' compensation, unemployment, record keeping for all city employees. Represents the city collective bargaining and other labor-related negotiations. Hears and responds to employee grievances. Attends arbitration, administrative hearings as representative for the city. Serves as a civil service liaison and coordinates hiring of all city civil service employees. Responsible for the city's administration of the city's pay and classification system. Wonderful. Provides direct support to the appointing authority and other department heads on matters relative to personnel and employment. Performs other duties as assigned. Let's see, we go back 1, 2. We had one personnel director that terminated somebody because they decided they were going to take a lot of time off of vacation while they were on vacation. And unfortunately, that employee that got terminated had a trump card called the mayor. It is what it is. Okay, the qualifications. A bachelor degree in human resource management, public administration, or related fields, plus 5 to 7 years of personnel administration experience and union relations, preferably in the public sector, and any equivalent combination of education and experience. PHR/SPHR certification desirable. Juris Doctor and admission to the Mass Bar is preferred. So they want this person to be a lawyer. Wonderful. Special requirements. Bilingual, highly preferred. Individual must embrace diversity and multiculturalism in the workplace to create an inclusive environment. Individuals must have a deep understanding and appreciation of different cultures and work collaboratively to leverage diversity to achieve shared goals. Again, both of these applications, I think they both expire on, if my mind isn't playing tricks, I think they were both January 17th, but if they don't get anything, they'll just keep extending it. I mean, I keep seeing stuff that keeps extended. Both of these jobs are sitting anywhere from the $80,000 to $125,000 range. $80,000 to $125,000. I still have 25 minutes to kill. I I don't sing, I can't dance, so I guess I'm going to have to listen to my whatever. 2.5 months ago, my Facebook page was deleted by Facebook for violating community standards. They didn't tell me what the community standard I violated was. So I've followed advice of other people, and I have tried several times setting up new email accounts to take them away from my Gmail account and my Yahoo Mail account. And I've tried to set up catchy names. You have to have something that sounds like a real person's name. And I thought I had beat the system the last Friday or Saturday night. No, last Saturday night in 2024. I did what they wanted. They wanted a picture. I submitted my famous picture of me standing there with my hands in my pocket before I got sworn in as a city councilor. I submitted that. I picked an email account where I did not have to give them a cell phone number. Because my feeling is Facebook, they check the cell phone, they check the pictures you may have used, and they check your IP address from your computer. I went with, like I said, I went with an email account, and I thought I was in. I thought I was in by using an email instead of a cell phone. I get a message back, welcome to Facebook. Damn, I'm in. I'm good to go. 2 hours later, your account is under suspension pending investigation for violating the community standard. And they mentioned it this time, my account integrity. Integrity? You guys get away with murder. You do what you want. And now I hear that the owner of Facebook, well, it used to be Facebook, now it's Meta, M-E-T-A, he's donating money to President Trump's, soon-to-be President-elect Trump's inauguration. Wasn't this the same group, the same Facebook people that would go after people that were pro-Trumpers? They allowed all kinds of scurrilous Democratic comments be posted with no fact-checking, but Republican stuff got fact-checked. And this guy, now he's sucking up to the president-elect. Boy. So I sent him a letter, and I basically said, you people appear to have a double standard. There are rules for me, and there are rules for thee. You know, I'd like to know what I did wrong. And it is what it is. I have run across one case of a person suing Facebook and winning. And the guy did it without a lawyer. He went through all of the stuff, and all of those things that you click by when you agree, the agreements and all that stuff. There's one phrase in there that says you can't sue Facebook or Meta in court. Didn't say anything about small claims court. They shut this guy's his account down that he used for his business. He shut it down. He filed a claim. It got approved. The guy, they didn't like it. They went to regular court. They disallowed it. So the guy, on his own, went before the New Hampshire Supreme Court as his own lawyer. And he beat them. They had to give him back his thing. I have a brother that's a lawyer. He's the one that turned me on to this situation. But I don't live in New Hampshire. I live in Massachusetts. And I do have friends that are lawyers, but my own humble opinion, There's just too damn many lawyers in Massachusetts, period. So, in order to get my voice heard, I had to create a website. Let's see if I got it right. There's my website. I don't know if you can see it. I'm kind of tipping it so it's there. It's https:// russelloflawrence.com. I do post stuff there on the website as comments. I've got to go back and get a hold of them to see what I can do to set up several email accounts that people could email me stuff. You know, like, oh, I do have some other stuff I forgot to mention. Oh, yes, I forgot to mention that. Email addresses for the city. Now, I know one of the major problems in Lawrence is loud noises, loud music, particularly in the summertime and around holidays. You can email the Lawrence Police Department at loudnoise@lawpd.com. Or, if you don't have a computer, well, if you're watching this, you probably got a computer. Or you can call them at their non-emergency number. But there is one caveat involved in this. Loud noises, well, let me put it this way. All police calls are put into a triage system. They respond to the most important ones first. Okay? Gunshots are going to take priority over loud music, loud noises, loud parties. So, I know of people when I was an at-large counselor, they used to complain. They would see the police cruisers just drive by. Guy would email the address. They would just drive by, wouldn't even stop. I had one instance, I complained of people behind me, loud noises. They sent 2 cruisers down. Now, problem in Lawrence is there is a noise ordinance, but it is only time related. Loud noises are supposed to be turned down by 10 p.m. There is no decibel level of what defines a loud noise. My research, and I've done quite a bit of it, most communities, the cutoff is anything above 70 decibels is loud. Oh, I do have to say, there is one curious phrase in Lawrence's noise ordinance. If objectionable noises cross onto your property, that is a loud noise. If it interferes with you, it is what it is. But getting back to the one time I called, I had 2 cruisers, 2 police officers, 2 different cruisers show up. One said, no, it's okay. The other guy said, no, it's not too noisy. They went around, they told him to shut up, they came back around, and they said, see, we told him to shut it down. No sooner did he tell me that than they started up again. They got a ticket. Okay, that's loud noises. Again, they get taken care of on a triage system, a matter of important calls. Now, we're just beginning to get into the pothole season. I went into the city website and I found the most convoluted manner possible to have to report a pothole. Now, if you hit a pothole, the state law says the community has to know about it. So if the city has not been notified about it, and you damage the front end of your car or a tire or a rim, and they don't know about it, oh well, city isn't responsible. So my idea is, if you see a pothole, report it to the city by email. That way there is a paper trail, an electronic and a paper trail, that somebody reported it. If you report a pothole and I hit it, and it's been reported by you, I have a legitimate claim against the city. So I started doing some searching, and I went in. And this is the email address. City of Lawrence. I don't have enough cardboard. I would need a blackboard to write this one out. cityoflawrence.com /Form Center, FORMCENTER, /city hyphen, that's a dash, of hyphen again, Lawrence hyphen forms, FORMS hyphen, the number 6, /potholes, plural, potholes, hyphen, complaint, hyphen, form, FORM, hyphen, 58. You get there, it's a 2-page form you have to fill out. Age, IQ, the results of your last DNA test, I don't know what other stuff you need to put into it, but it was stupid. And then I started thinking, way back when we had a better system in place, let's put it that way. I remembered, let me see, there was a pothole email address similar to Loud Noise. So I sent an email to potholes, POTHOLES, at cityoflawrence.com. And our subject was test. And the message body was, this is just a test. Now, if an email address is no good, it usually gets blown back and said, no such address. I did that about 6 o'clock this morning. I checked around noontime this afternoon, and the thing hadn't been blown back at me. So I don't know if the potholes at cityoflawrence.com is a valid email address, but I would check it out. And I will post the cityoflawrence.com /Form Center /City of Lawrence Form 6 /Potholes Complaint Form 58. I will post that address on this, so you people can actually get a copy of it. And it's rather hilarious how they go from something simple to make it complex. It's almost like the city doesn't. They want to make it extremely difficult for you to be compensated for damages that are occurring on the city-owned right-of-ways. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to have to check with the people where I got my website and my blog site to see if I can set up something, and I may end up try to set up an email address. You people could send this to me. It doesn't bother me. I get along well with almost everybody in that building. You got to treat them with respect. You can go after them, but treat them with respect. That's all they ask for. And I get results. Let's put it that way. Believe it or not, it's it's kind of unnerving when people say, you know, you get more results not being a city councilor at large than you did when you were. And, you know, I got to agree with them. It is. But, you know, I'll tell you, that $20,000 some of them get for doing nothing will come in handy. Now, I posted something on my thing. I just lost my microphone. Let's put this back. Okay, I hope you can see and hear me. Okay, I posted this on my my website, whatever. It's titled "Vindictive People." It's a shame that our virtuous political environment listens to a vindictive person who has a potential axe to grind over the job performance of a city employee. The very people that the above-mentioned city employee could help, if they needed it, could be victims of a vindictive person's actions that have hampered the ability to do their job. What satisfaction do a collection of vindictive people get from trying to shut down a vitally performing Veterans Pantry, an operation that has been functioning for almost 6 years? In my humble opinion, various people, particularly our veterans partners, want vital performance from an organization and not viral puke from the vindictive people. I will say that I am a board member of International Veterans Care Services. I know a lot of issues have been raised. Some came to a head when I was a city councilor at large. Everything that was done in an appropriate manner. I recused myself on that issue when that individual requested a grant. Yet another business that was in a place that we worked, we had our offices. We had 2 offices on Blanchard Street. We had one on the first floor, which was great, and the working office was on the 2nd floor. The next office to us was kind of a walk-in by appointment only jewelry business. This individual applied for and got a grant for, I'm going to say, about $20,000 to improve their storefront. They're on the 2nd floor. They had no windows. The door was locked when they weren't there. Huh? Well, they got the money. I don't know what the money went to. Yet, stuff like that goes by the books for some people. Another city official's distant relative, I don't know, by marriage or blood or whatever, managed to get a funding grant with Lawrence General Hospital. Nothing was ever said about that. But the fact that a city employee tried to get a grant for her veterans food pantry, it hit the fan. It really hit the fan. And it's been ongoing for the better part of a year. And that's the reason I wrote The Vindictive People. It is what it is. I just look at it. I know there's other issues there I don't want to bring up. Again, there are rules for me and there are rules for thee. It isn't all right for this person and her husband to be on the board of directors, but another favored veterans help group have a husband and wife on their board of directors, but nothing has been said about that. It's interesting that what goes around hasn't turned around yet, but what can I say? Now, I got 5 minutes and 14, 13, 12. I can count the time down, minutes left. But again, like I said, tomorrow, public city council meeting, I'm going to start bringing up some interesting items for the city to consider. I would like to see them. I know what it costs to redo an intersection with traffic lights. It costs somewhere in the vicinity of about $100,000. There are several intersections that are worthy of being redone, but again, let's see, it's Route 28. I don't know how much influence or input the state would have on it. I would like to see green arrows, left turn arrows put at the intersection of South Broadway and Andover Street. You know, you let the left turn, the lanes are there. It can be done. People may not like it, but it would help improve traffic flow. I'm trying to think of another intersection that it could be done at. There's several of them that are really bad intersections. I would like to try to throw before the city council. I mean, the city council in Lawrence seem to have their act together when it comes to home rule petitions. I would like to see them submit a home rule petition to the state to exempt the city of Lawrence from using traffic cameras to nab violators of stop sign and red light. You know, get those violators. Start throwing tickets at them. That intersection of Shattuck Street and South Broadway between, 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock at night is a total horror show. Back when I got my license about 60 years ago, you were cautioned, don't run through a yellow light. And then everything kind of kept morphing, increasing. It was a case of, well, yellow means red, so hurry up and get through it. Now people are running red lights, and basically they're saying, screw those people, I'm more important than they are. So, you know, I'd like to see them try to send that up there. But again, there's too many good ideas up under this mop of white hair for their liking. Too much stuff makes sense. You know, I'm not doing it to be a jerk. I'm doing it, I mean, I've worked around highways. I mean, I've worked in traffic. That stuff doesn't faze me, but I know what can be done. There's a lot of intersections, I mean, that need to be totally reworked. Like I said, I know $100,000 for a traffic lighting an intersection is a lot, but again, they're looking for $500,000 to rejuvenate Campion Common, or Squirrel Park as some people call it. It is what it is. I'd rather see money spent on public safety as opposed to beautification. People's well-being is more important to me than something that looks nice. I know it's going to go against a lot of people. I mean, different people have different philosophies, different outlooks. But that's just it. So with 1 minute left, the other end of my bench, the second row, the aisle seat will be vacant tomorrow night. Brendan's down there in Florida. She's shopping for T-shirts. Hopefully she finds some nice ones, nice warm ones, because it's turning cold when she gets back. But what can I say? With that, 40 seconds left. I'm going to, at this point in time, have babbled on for an hour. Maybe we can enter this in the comedy routine. Community Access TV must have a comedy club somewhere along the line, you know, like the Golden Globes or the Emmys, the Academy Awards. But hopefully, I'll see you there tomorrow night. Don't be shy. Come up, talk to me. I don't bite. It is what it is. So from here, I'll do the Julia Child's French Chef. I bid you a fond adieu.